Are we on? We're on. This is episode 2 of Uncut with KJH, and I'm going to show you a really quick and easy, I don't know where to look, there's the camera. I'm going to show you a really quick and easy way to do a holiday makeup look in like 5 minutes. It's holiday season, you are probably with your family or friends or loved ones, or maybe you're doing something else, doesn't really matter, but to get into the festive spirit, we're going to do a red lip because it's cheesy and it's wonderful. All right. First things first, concealer. I've got nothing on my skin. I've had a little bit of makeup on. I've had a little bit of skincare on since this morning. I'm going to do Vieve Light 3 concealer. And I'm just going to take a little. This is my personal one. And I'm just going to go in at those few spots here. I'm filming on my phone, hence why I'm looking off kilter or off direction. Then I'm just going to take a brush and blend those little specks of complexion in. What's left in the brush might go over my lip to prep. So the concept of Uncut with KJH, I said it in a previous video, but I'll say it again, just in case this is your first video of watching. This is me just filming directly to my camera, my phone, because it's most sustainable for me. Because I just have a bit of a short sort of patience with things like tech. And I know my phone well, and so my phone directly to YouTube. There is a button, if you press quality and you just put like highest quality possible, it actually does sharpen the video quality a little bit. So one day, hopefully, I will have the bandwidth and the support in the form of like a video team, perhaps, to help me with video stuff. But for now, it's just me and my iPhone and you. And hopefully, it's good. Okay, next, I'm gonna do a bit of highlighter. I'm gonna do a little bit of the Chanel Baume transparent, and I'm not gonna go straight to my face. And there's a reason why. I don't wanna smear the concealer. So I'm gonna take my fingertip, and I'm just gonna sort of press lightly and delicately onto any areas where I want a little bit of shine, or even maybe where I want to sheer it down, because this is wetter than the concealer, so this might actually thin out the concealer a little bit in certain places, and that's something quite important to know. Do you see I almost revealed a little bit of my color on my cheek a bit more? And you know, textures that are being placed on top of one another are quite important to understand what's going to do what. You know what, I'll have the brown mascara instead of the black, because I love to do the new Glossier one. Thank you, love. I love to do a brown mascara with a red lip. Okay. Oh, that's the door. Thank goodness Sophia, my assistant, is next to me because she can grab it. All right. So I'm going to take my red lip. This is called Chanel Rouge Allure Velvet Extrême 136. Pivoine Noire. I'm sure I said that wrong. So I have a very specific way of applying lipstick. I always start at the center of the lip where the lip opens, and we will not know until we get there, but this might be all over my Invisalign trays in the next 5 minutes. And then I sort of speckle and stipple it around. And then I'm actually going to take a little brush, like a little smudgy blending brush, something small that I've clearly used for red lipstick before. This is number 18, KJH. And I'm just going to use that to blend in the lipstick. I am a big fan of applying less product and gradually adding more, because you'll find that it's easier to keep adding than it is to try and take some product away. Okay. And this way, you will find that the lipstick probably lasts you longer because you're building a stain gradually versus sort of trying to just put one big thick layer of lipstick on. So the other reason why I don't go right to the lip line and I go right to where the lip opens at the beginning of the application is because I like to stretch the color toward the lip line. And now that's really helpful for me because it helps me maintain control of where the product is going, and it allows for me to just gradually kind of get there, and allows for precision and so on and so forth. Next, I'm going to take Cherry Lip Liner from MAC. I am going to hold a compact mirror for this and be a little bit precise about my placement. So I'm just going to go underneath first. They're a really good match for this lipstick. And then I'm going to define the Cupid's bow. Okay. And I kind of like that. I like that it's not so defined all the way down to the sides. I don't think it needs to be. I will show you though how it will look. And just shade with the side of the pencil. As you can see, I'm like kind of going at the side here instead of the point, because it helps to get more color on quicker. See here, same here. All right, now I'm gonna go back in with the lipstick and apply more. I'm using the back side of the bullet where the angle of the flat part is like up toward my lip. It gives me more visibility. Try it, you might see what I mean. I'm gonna just apply more of that. And really use the tip to sort of get into those corners. And then the same at the bottom. Okay. My mum is like a red lip queen, like she can't be seen without one. So like my whole childhood she had a red lip on stage because she was a singer, or even just to go to the supermarket. Okay, next I'm gonna take a little bit of blush. This is from L'Oreal. It's called Blush 90 Rose Eclat Luminous Rose. I'm gonna take a generous amount of this and just pop it on because it's actually not that opaque. It's quite soft and pretty. Not really too full coverage in the sense of the pinkness. Just gonna pop that here. Okay. Across the bridge of the nose. I like when blush feels like it's also elsewhere. What I like about this UNCUT with KJH series is it allows for you to really see how long it takes me to do something also. And there's no editing needed. And you get to see like the sort of mistakes that could happen if they happen, or as they happen. And then hopefully that just sort of really aids your learning experience. Okay, I'm gonna do a touch of bronzer before I figure out, and I'm actually just gonna use the same brush because there's so little product in it. I do always do a, I'm about to say something controversial because I actually don't have one right here next to me, but I typically always have a cloth. I always have a cloth next to me when I'm doing my makeup, because I like to take it and buff out excess pigment from something that I just used to be able to use that brush for something else, especially if I'm transferring from like, I would never do like a black shadow on a brush and then buff the brush into a towel and then throw it. I would never do a black pigment in a brush and then try and use something white with that, because then, unless I was trying to create gray, but I'm not going to get white out of that brush if I have had a darker pigment in it. So I would do it with like-minded shades. Like I would do it with, if I was going from a red lipstick, I would buff out the red and use a pink perhaps, but you are going to make slightly more pigment out of that pink. Does that make any sense? Nod for yes. Shake your head for no. So a little bit of bronzer on a red lip, I think really sort of brings it all together. I think bronzer and a red lip is beautiful. I think bronzer and a pink blush moment is beautiful. I'm just gonna take a smaller brush, but do the exact same thing on my eyelids with the bronzer. Just do a little thing of color just over the lid. It doesn't have to be complicated. And like, as you can see, I'm at 8 minutes and 23 seconds. I know I'm an expert in my field, but it really doesn't have to take you very long at all. And especially at the holidays when you're, you've got other things to do. If you are wanting to wear makeup, maybe it doesn't have to take you an hour, but it also can take you an hour if you want it to take you an hour. Okay, I'm gonna try the Glossier Brown Mascara for the first time. This has been a long time coming, I'm sure. I didn't necessarily know this one was coming, but, or maybe I did. Maybe it's just been a minute since I heard about it. Just gonna go in with Lash Slick in brown. Yeah, so the reason why I like brown on the same canvas as a red lip, in the sense of like eyes, I don't love black details on the eyes with a red lip because it kind of just reminds me, it feels a little too theatrical for me. But that's just me. Like, there's no right or wrong in makeup. I just think there's something so much more fresh about brown details with a red lip. I think it just feels more understated, a little bit more cool, a little bit less sort of done. And I think that is like always why I don't really wear black liner or black loads. I would wear black mascara, but I would never typically do a big black wing with a red lip. It's not necessarily my thing, but I would do it for the sake of education, but it's not something I would wear. All right, so just really lifting my lashes with the brush. This mascara is really interesting. So you basically use just water, warm water to remove this product, and you just put it on your fingertips and you just massage the lash. It's probably the best way to remove it. It's, like, comes off better that way than actually with makeup remover. It's like a tubed. I'm not sure it is actually classified as a tubing mascara, but it's kind of that vibe. So it doesn't give you like loads, but if I did want loads of volume, I could go in with, for example, this Lash Paradise. No, it's not called that. It's called Paradise Exotic Mascara in brown in Sandalwood Wonder by L'Oreal. So like if I did want more sort of fluff in the lash, I would go for a more voluminous. Or if you wanted more depth at the root of the lash, you could apply black at the roots of the lashes to get that like volume and that fluff, but apply brown at the tips. I think I'm about done. I'm just gonna do a touch of powder. A little bit of my bronzer brush, honestly, because it's not that serious. When I travel home to the UK soon, I probably will be taking a very limited amount of product with me because I have product there, but I also know that like the time where I'm traveling and I just want to spend most of the time with my family and friends, I don't typically like to spend that much time on my makeup. I'd like to do a bit of content to get some work done. And then that's it. All right, I'm gonna finish with my highlighter, which is here. Oops, here it is. Okay, again, pressing it on just for a little bit of that wet sheen, but even more carefully than before, because if you're not careful, you might put sort of smears in the makeup. What is a good trick is actually, because it's going to shear down my makeup, I'm going to just put it over my beauty mark just to make them pop through a little bit more. And if my ears are exposed, I will also do the ears. If my collarbone was exposed, I would do the collarbones. If my shins were exposed, I would paint the shins with this stuff. Like, I would get it everywhere. Might actually, just for the fun of it, pop a little bit on my eyelids, because I like a little bit of shine on the lids. And that, my friends, is it. That is a quick holiday makeup look. Actually, I'm going to do one slight adjustment to this, because I just want to show you how to make it even more holiday-like in a GIF. Is this the one? No, it's one of these. So one of my favorite things to do is a metallic-y kind of lip. And to do that, I would use like a blush that has a little bit of shimmer in it. So I'm just gonna kiss the back of my hand to remove a lot of that color. And then I'm gonna take this brush that has the bronzer in it and pick up a little bit of this blush, which is called Lola from NABLA. And I'm just gonna press it over the top of that lipstick. And what's it gonna do, and what it's gonna do, is give it like this sheen, this sort of vibrancy and this luminosity that just sort of gives the lip a little bit of a holiday frost, because it's cold in most places, or in a lot of places, I shouldn't say most. All right, that is it. Thank you for watching. I will be back soon with more of these. Let me know if you have any requests. Let me know what you think of this. Again, if you're not already a subscriber and you want to be notified of more of these videos, click that subscribe button. And thanks so much. All the products are listed below, and all the other places that you can find me online.